So we are back. We are just sitting the thing to go, and this is my sword.
By the way, I helped him make it. So
It's yes.
okay.
It's very large, as you can see.
Well,
and I love large swords.
we made it so wait a sec. We made it so the blade of the sword itself, only the blade. Can you mark from the blade the line on the sword, from
Yes,
there and to the tip?
Yes.
Okay, that's 1 meter, exactly. Below,
It's bigger than me.
yes, and below that we have about what is it, 42 centimeters.
Long, yes, I think.
So it's 1 meter and 42 centimeters sword. I would call it some of a broadsword. So let's get started. What you do is you hold the sword in the very bottom with your left hand. Right hand in the
now.
yes.
Good.
And if you see, if you look at where your hands are, you see the back of the sword, the side of the handle that's inside to you in with your belly. That's exactly, if you draw a V shape between your between your first finger and your thumb. With you see this, right? This V shape.
Like
Right,
this.
right in. Try to do like this, the corner in this shape. You see that corner
Yes.
in the bottom of the thumb.
So now,
That place right. Oh, fuck this shit! Right there, in the middle of the fingers. That's where the backside of the sword is going to be.
Alright.
So you can say like this, not like this, not like this, but like this. So just between the fingers,
like this.
you got to hold a bit twisted, like that.
Like that.
No, the other way. Twist your hands inwards. No,
What do you mean?
you son of a shit. Try to understand what I'm saying.
Yes, but we're Danish people. We don't understand
Shut the
English.
fuck up. Hold like this, more like this than like this, and this is going to look a bit awkward, you know.
Yes,
And
I can see that.
like this, more than like this, okay?
Alright, so I'm doing this.
And both hands, no, both hands like inwards.
Inwards, like this.
That's outwards,
Alright.
I think.
So, like this?
Yes, and then you have to. Yeah, that's much like it. And then the you pervert. The end of the handle is going to be at your belly button. So you have to you have to bend your arms. You have to bend your arms a bit. So that means you have to twist your wrists a lot.
Alright.
But that's basically how you hold the sword. Then shut the fuck up. When with the tip of the sword, you point towards your opponent's throat. So my throat is like here or something, and then you have to point towards my throat.
And I'm going to cut it?
No, not exactly. You're not even going to stab. You're going to hold the sword just as you did before, with this end into your oh, I can't touch you. With that end inside into your belly bottom, and that end pointing towards my throat, not my forehead.
Alright.
Alright?
This?
No, lower. That's right.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm feeling very awkward right now.
And then you have to try to put your feet like this into each other. Okay. Stretch your legs. Your knees. Stretch your knees.
No.
Not bend your knees. Stretch your knees, not lees.
What do you mean?
Then you take your left foot and turn it 90 degrees outwards.
So what is left and right?
Left foot. That's the right hand is the one you probably write with. The upper hand is the right one.
This foot.
No, the other one. That one. Yes. And then you take and turn it 90 degrees back, just with your toes in the ground.
What?
So you're doing like this.
Oh. So like this?
Like that.
Alright.
Then you lift your left, you're behind the foot behind.
Yes.
You lift the heel just 2 centimeters above the ground, 1 inch,
Like
1
this?
inch, just one tiny bit. Yes, like that. You have to have your toes parallel, so they're pointing the exact same way,
Like
like that.
Alright.
That's basically what we call in Kendo we call Kendo Kamai. That's what we call Kendo Kamai. Kamai, that it's the ready stance. And that's the one called what is it called? I think it's called Jidan Kamai. No, no, not Jidan. Of course not Jidan. Jidan is the if to our viewers from here of his body, the hip section and then
When
below
can I
it's
swing
called
my sword, because this is feeling very tiring. in my
yes, and
hands.
then you should probably switch swords if you wanted to.
No,
Okay, then it's going to be very difficult for him, but whatever. From this point, from his hips and below, it's called Jidan. From his hips and up to the neck, it's called Judan, and the head is called Jodan. So that's
sounds like a sandwich.
it's yeah, probably.
Potato and cheese
And Jidan.
bread.
I want a sandwich with a bit of cheese and a bit of extra Jidan. Okay, that's Kamai. Okay.
Yes.
What you're going to do is you're lifting your left hand so it's right above your forehead. Okay.
Like this.
Your left hand is going to be at your forehead. At your forehead. And then yes, like that. And then your right hand has to let the sword fall just so it's behind, the tip of the sword is behind you, and the sword it's like 45 degrees.
Like this.
That's exactly correct. You're actually quite much better than most new starters. I can assume. Or can I? Yes, I can assume.
Mathematics.
Maths. That's what it's called.
Maybe it's just because I have a big sword.
Probably.
No, it's
And that's
something else.
exactly how you hold the sword when you're opening. That's called an opening, okay?
Alright.
You're lifting the sword above your head. Then you take the sword down again, but with stretched hands. Stretch your hands like, oh, that's just so correct. So now he's hitting what's called men. That's
I'm
called.
feeling
That's when
like
he's hitting
you're-
my forehead. When he's hitting my forehead, that's called men.
I'm feeling like some kind of model in some talk show.
That's exactly what you are.
What?
Then what you do now is you take the sword back to Kamai.
Oh, like
Kamai.
this?
Like that. And then you, yes, oh damn, you're so good. You're actually better than most new starters, by the way. I don't know if I already said that.
Thing about which if
And then what you try to do it all slowly.
we are back.
Yes, the camera just stopped recording.
That's because
Lift
we have
your.
some shitty
Okay, I count to 1, and then you lift the sword. You'll open. Okay, 1. When I say 2, you stretch your hands and strike.
Yes.
Men. 2. 3. You take the sword back to Kamai. 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Slowly but correct. 1. A bit lower. 3. 2. Sorry. 3. I fucked up with language and counting at the same time.
Can we
Actually, German is much easier for me to count on.
Let's. When do we get to when I'm getting hit so we can get on with this?
Okay, that's men. Okay, then you lift your sword above your head, and then you do exactly the same thing again. You just strike a bit lower. You have your hands down, so the sword is about Kamai height.
Like this?
Let's just keep the handle a bit lower.
Handle?
The
Like
handle,
this?
yes. Now a bit lower. Down with the sword. Get the sword down.
Oh.
So you're striking about the same height as your hands.
Like this.
No, you can't. No. A clever rule. The tip of the sword can never be lower than your left hand.
Alright.
So you're keeping the sword about lower, but not with the tip lower. The entire sword lower. Like that.
Oh,
Like that.
there.
That's called kote. That's when you strike my right hand. Okay? 1, 2. Kote is the new 2.
Alright.
So you do the same thing again.
Alright.
1, 2, Lower. Lower. Yes, that's right. 3. 1, 2, 3.
This is hurting my shoulders.
And that's because you're tense. That's something a lot of people have trouble with, and the thing is though, you're not using your shoulders.
Let me just swing with the sword.
Oh yeah.
Yee!
I'll start the video when he's done. Okay, he's done now.
So is it now when I'm going to be hit?
Now you are just going to teach the final strike, because in Kendo we strike 3 ways. Men kote do. You're now learning to strike do.
Do is
Okay,
not
come on.
stomach.
Yes, that's the stomach.
Alright.
Then come on, okay?
Alright.
You lift the sword, but just with your you lift the sword as you would do else, just with your right hand stopping at just outside your forehead.
Alright.
So you're lifting the sword about 4 inches away from your forehead with your right hand, okay?
Like this?
Lift the sword. Lift the sword like if I said 1.
Oh, oh.
Just a bit lower. Then you take all the way back. So no, not like that. You lower the sword. Lower it. Get it. The tip of the sword. Like.
Say it again.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut yourself up.
Okay.
What now?
You told me to shut up then. Okay, fuck you. We'll do this. Lower the sword. Lower the sword. Take the sword a bit down. And turn it like the tip is more up in the air. Like that.
Right.
That and a bit lower with the sword. A bit lower. That's right. That's how you lift. That's how high you lift. That's how high you lift up when you're striking do. Okay.
Alright.
When you strike do, that's how high you lift it. Then you take your right hand and push the sword out to the left. Like that, exactly. Just a bit less. Like that. And your left hand is going to be in the center of your body, always.
Alright.
So take the left hand a bit more into you. Like that. Okay? Then what you do is you just aim or after my belly, and then you strike slowly, because I'm here right now. Okay, that's too far away. You will strike exactly there. Okay?
And cut him in half.
Just above my hip. And that, yes, then you basically just slice through, all the way through me. Yes, that's basically what you do. Is it my turn now?
What?
Is it my turn now? Okay. Okay, we are recording now.
We are recording now.
Again. And
Hello.
that's my bogu and my bokcho.
Yes. And if you don't know who I am, I'm still unknown.
Or Nicholas. Whatever.
I'm unknown.
Fuck the fuck up. Alright?
Fight.
Okay?
Yes.
Point towards my throat.
I'm pointing.
Still. And you can't,
Now I'm
you
going
can't,
to kick
you can't
his
stand
ass.
like this. Not like this. Straighten your body.
Alright.
And the feet as well. The feet. Like Kendo way.
Yes. Alright.
That's too far difference.
Alright.
Parallel. Parallel. Point that foot towards me. Thank you.
Alright. And
Alright.
now I'm going to kick his ass.
Yeah, sure you are. Okay?
Yes.
Towards my throat. Then there's something called fight for the center.
Fight for
Alright? I'm going to strike you gently so you get a feeling how it is, okay? Oh, that's about how
Is that gentle?
Yes.
Oh.
It is.
Oh. Oh. Alright. Stop.
That's how I'm going to hit you, okay?
Alright.
Alright?
That's not how you hit me before.
Oh, okay. Let's get a bit away from camera so we won't run into it. Three. It's okay? Oh, that's about how
Is that gentle?
Yes.
Oh.
It is.
Oh. 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 Oh.